President Trump watched the game or some of the game from Tokyo with the Prime Minister of Japan. You know, when Trump visits, you have to find something to do with him. You can't just take him for a stroll around town. So instead, you take him for a stroll inside a palace where he gets uncomfortably close to the band. Just kind of stands there staring until the...
Jimmy Kimmel just turned late-night TV into a full-blown comedy explosion. And the headliner, Donald Trump. Only this time, he's not delivering the punchline, he is the punchline. Kimmel went absolutely nuclear, roasting Trump so hard it could register as a natural disaster. Viewers didn't know whether to laugh, cry, or call FEMA for emotional support. But what exactly did Trump do to light this firestorm?
The tour, and they're keeping him happy by giving him presents everywhere he goes, including a doozy from the president of South Korea.
We present a full crown to you on this joyous occasion of your state.
Watching millions of us marching to say we didn't want a king, and they thought, hey, I have a great idea for a gift. A bejeweled crown. It's so embarrassing.
It's getting hard to tell whether Jimmy Kimmel hosts a talk show or runs a national therapy session for everyone exhausted by another Trump headline. Just when America thought the chaos had taken a nap, Trump practically begged Kimmel to clock back in, and he did with precision. What followed wasn't just late-night comedy, it was a surgical roasting, the kind that cuts deep. Kimmel didn't just throw jabs. He air-fried Trump in real time and served him with a side of laughter and regret. Picture it, Trump somewhere in Florida, probably glued to his TV, scrolling through channels, waiting for anyone to say his name so he can declare victory over the ratings.
Trump's very extreme White House makeover. You know who apparently wasn't on board with the plan to demolish the East Wing? Melania. Melania did not join the president for his trip to Asia, and according to the Wall Street Journal, is not a fan of his latest renovation. The First Lady is said to have raised private concerns.
Kimmel's on air like he's been saving this monologue since 2016, and tonight he's finally cashing it in. Every line hit like a tweet storm that just escaped rehab wild, unpredictable, and somehow still more coherent than one of Trump's speeches. The man was pacing the stage like a political exorcist, freeing America from the ghost of 2020. And you could tell this wasn't just for ratings, this was personal. Kimmel looked like he'd been waiting years for the perfect Trump slip-up. And Trump, being Trump, handed it to him like a gift wrapped in insecurity and labeled fragile ego. The setup was simple. Trump did something absurd again. Nothing new, but this time it was so over the top that even late-night writers probably wondered if reality had joined the writer's strike. Kimmel didn't even have to try. He just looked at the chaos and went, yep, that's comedy gold. And America nodded in agreement. Trump's meltdown had everything: the drama of a soap opera, the ego of a Greek god, and the self-awareness of a goldfish. There he was on the stage somewhere bragging about polls, enemies, in a deep state that apparently lives rent-free in his head, while the crowd clapped in confused politeness. Then Kimmel swooped in like a roast master told, there's no time limit, dismantling Trump's madness with calm, surgical precision. Every pause was a punchline. Every smirk was a headline waiting to happen. And by the end, you could practically hear Trump shouting at his TV, demanding an apology from the fake comedians. But here's the kicker. Trump losing his mind over Kimmel's jokes wasn't shocking. It was inevitable.
Trump thinks this is his house, which it is. When you stay at an Airbnb, you're not allowed to blow out a wall. This is the same. He's not even a renter. He's a guest in the... He thinks he's OJ. He's actually Kato Kalin. I wonder if he's going to invite the winners of the World Series to this new ballroom of his. It was a tough night for the Dodgers last night. After they squeezed one out in 18 innings on Monday night, they had a 9-inning game, and the Blue Jays beat them. But the game, it may have been 9 innings. It felt long for...
It felt long for show Trump lives for this kind of feud. He's like a reality show contestant who mistakes every insult for screen time. You can practically picture him somewhere in Florida, furiously drafting a comeback, convinced that if he just hits back harder, he'll somehow win the night. Spoiler alert, he didn't. Kimmel took Trump's entire playbook, loud confidence, wild claims, emotional gymnastics, and flipped it into late-night gold. He mirrored Trump's chaos so perfectly that by the end, even the audience wasn't sure who was parodying whom. It was part performance art, part political therapy, wrapped in sarcasm and sprinkled with just enough truth to sting. And Trump's reaction, absolutely priceless. Reports say he was fuming, muttering about unfair treatment, like he'd just lost the presidency again, while aides scrambled to keep him from launching another all caps tweet storm from the couch. But Kimmel, he'd already moved on. No follow-up, no gloating, just silence because the roast had spoken for itself.